GA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the London Black Knights and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touch. Back. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 41, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 35 before going out.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. I'm coming for you, Mike.
Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Black Knights nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Derrick Henry. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw here. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. He'll drop to throw, and it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown there to make the grab.
And the Black Knights are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 46 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Second down at 4.
Running left, it's Henry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Room to run past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a handoff to Henry.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Malik Harrison on the tackle.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it. and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Black Knights get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
Jackson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. This will go to Henry out wide.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Henry again on second down.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 20, 10,
you gotta love it, baby. Give me some more.
And touchdown.
Well, Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher in 2019. You wouldn't think a man that big could motor like that, but he can all right, and he proved it right there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Caleb Farley there on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Tackles, Mike, 56.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
56, Mike, 56.
They go play action with Jackson.
Rolling to his right. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd and a couple, Jackson
Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the two, or I should say third and goal from the two.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
Last stop. Complete to J.K. Dobbins. Brings up 3rd down.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. It's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Now it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown! Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Black Knights are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right, and when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Today's sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the London Black Knights and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Jackson now. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On first down, Dobbins, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Dobbins once more.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down carry for Henry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw here. This is caught. Touchdown. Derrick Henry. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Black Knights are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And now we've got a stoppage and a timeout here called by the defense. It's their first of this first half as they look to regroup and hopefully stop the two-point conversion coming up.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he'll fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Escaping the pressure right.
That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.